The Pennsylvania Derby Day $100 budget edition of the Notorious OTB on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Underdog. Underdog's got a brand new offer for new customers. Play just $5 and get $50 in bonus funds when you sign up with code SGPN. Welcome, everybody, to the Notorious OTB, brought to you by the Sports Gambling Podcast Network. And, folks, as always,
it's all good, baby. It was all a dream.
We used to read Blood Horse magazine. I got my Cuban link.
Yes,
on.
Cuban B.
I'm your host, Chase Sessoms, the Wolf of Oaklawn.
I'd rather be trapped than lazy. Don't care what they say, I'ma do what they say.
It happens every year about this time. Weaklings act like they lost their mind. Alphas reclaim the neighborhood. Rob the sheep and all the wolves eat good. Yo, if you were hustling.
Hey, don't rub on that. You block that. You understand? That's alpaca. That's $25,000 alpaca. You block that shit. Right. You don't rub on. Put the club soda on there.
I seem to keep dropping in and out here, but I'm here. I'm here now. What's good, Barry?
Not much. How you been, man?
Man, I'm living. Just LIVIN, my man. Living.
What's up? You sound like Matthew McConaughey today.
Yeah, just working for the county, putting a little extra cash in my pocket. No big deal. That's sort of voice we're going for. Oh man, Barry, we didn't win yesterday, so we're moving on to the next.
Yeah, we won't even talk about that because it was awful.
Yeah. Let's go ahead. Let's push past that because it's the big show, huh?
I said moving on.
Moving on. Next, it's the Thursday Big Show, and as is tradition, we've picked out the very best card of the Saturday Thoroughbred racing slates to give you our very best bets with a $100 budget. This week, we've focused in on the happenings at Parx, beautiful Bensalem, Pennsylvania, with their Pennsylvania Derby card. So we're playing Parx this Saturday. Let's pull up some past performances. Sure.
You ever been there?
I've never been to Parx, no. I don't think I've ever even driven through that part of Pennsylvania. Anywho, we're talking Parx this Saturday, the 20th of September, year of our Lord, 2025. Post time for this card is going to be 11:05 Eastern, 10:05 a.m. God's time, 8:05 a.m. Pacific time, out on the Pacific Coast, and it's a 14 race card. Like there's plenty to choose from here. If you're not familiar, we play any race, use any wager type, whatever makes that cash money. And Barry, you actually lead us off here because that's how numbers work. You tried to step on next early here with the daily double. I'm going to let you in on a secret. I didn't get in until race 9, Barry.
Oh, wow. That's different.
Yeah. I'm trying this whole patience thing. You can see if that works out for me.
Role reversal.
Yeah, look at me, like the Buddhist monk over here. Barry, you started off in race 2, $16,000. Now winners of one something. I'm not here to read your fucking conditions. 7 furlongs, optional claimer. All these races, I believe, on the dirt at Parx. But Barry, what'd you do for the first leg of your daily double here?
Yeah, this race, it's tough because a lot of these horses are coming from different racetracks, and the different class levels at those racetracks and everything combined makes these races very, very tough because you don't know exactly where these horses fit. I mean, you can kind of assume that the bigger outfits are going to have a little bit of advantage because obviously they're going to assumed to have the best horses. But that's not always the case. Sometimes they misread the form and such. But we're going to go with 2 horses in this first race to start off the daily double. We're going to use number 7, Huggy. I think this horse has the potential to kind of break through. I know the horse really hasn't done much at all as far as body of work, but was running at a way higher level at a better racetrack, namely Aqueduct in Saratoga. Those two races, albeit they were terrible on this horse's form, probably got a lot out of them because of the fact he was running with better horses. Ends up showing up after a small layoff on August 20th, ran an improved race again at a higher level. So dropping down here makes quite a bit of sense. This horse should fit here. I like the progression in the buyer speed figures. They are going up despite that one turf race. So if you eliminate that, this horse is actually progressing. And I think that might continue in a pretty tough race. And we're also going to use the 10 Tunisian Spring. Should get a nice trip from the outside, tracking the speed inside of him. And there's quite a bit of it. I don't know if this pace is going to get insanely fast, but it's going to be fast enough for a horse like Tunisian Spring to not be on the lead and be able to close into. So we're going to use the 7 and 10 to get out of the second race.
7 and 10 out of the second race and into the third race, 6.5 furlongs, $100,000 maiden special weight. We got the fillies. They're 2 years old. It's on the dirt. What you got? Something juicy here that you're rounding out your daily double with?
No, it's sort of Captain Obvious. I'm going to use the favorite, number 4, Celebrity Quest. This horse has the highest buyers by almost 12 points. Compared to the next horse, who's Union Dues, who I just don't like, so I didn't even, factor in that 49 buyer that they ran on the turf. But Celebrity Quest looks okay. And then we're going to use Honor Roll as well from a barn that does well with first-time starters. Service does good, obviously, at Parx. That's his home base. Gets their go-to guy, and should, there's not much to go off of here as far as pedigree and anything else, but I think Honor Roll might be okay in this spot too. So we're going to use the 4 and the 5 to end out this double.
Barry, I got to tell you the truth, man. When I was handicapping this card and then I was going through like what races I might play, like I had zero desire to play anything before the 9th race because everything else like looked like a Tuesday at Parx where you're like, which are some of the like toughest races because we've talked about this. Like all of a sudden, a horse will just be running in the 30s, and then I'll put out like a 60, a 70 out of nowhere. So you're a braver man than I.
We gotta try it. You gotta try it. But I think in general, these races help a lot going forward because of the fact that you're getting a lot of horses and you can compare class levels. So after tomorrow or Saturday, it should, just looking at the results, you can kind of compare and contrast like the class levels a lot of these horses are at and be able to gauge, one track from another.
That's fair. So basically what Barry just told me, quit being a baby back bitch and start playing some $16,000 optional claimers at Parx. I will think about that long and hard, Barry. Real quick, got to remind you guys to check out the SGPN app in your app store. The access to all of our free picks and props. Barry, you keep on going with your picks here, which you are going with the longest horizontal that we will allow, the pick 3 here, starting in race 5. A big one at a big base, I believe, $5, trying to hit this. What would this be 2.5 times or 10 times? I can't remember what their
2.5
pick 3 is. 2.5.
Oh, I think it's 10. I think it's 50.
It's 10. Okay,
maybe.
Cool.
I don't know. I don't play Parx very much. Maybe it's $1, but either way, we're gonna hit it, so it doesn't matter.
There we go. $5 pick 3, starting in race 5, 8.5 furlongs, $25,000 optional claimer. Barry, what are you doing in the first leg of this pick 3?
We're gonna use 3 horses in this first leg. I thought this one could be a little bit wider open than the other 2, but we're gonna use the 7 Traffic Master, who has some good races at this level. The horse is 1 for 17 at Parx. It really doesn't make me feel good, but total 10 times in the money with only 1 win. The horse is right there all the time in these races. Has 3 wins at the distance, 5 wins total. You can see in the past performances, anytime this horse runs at this level, he's right there, and won on April 7th at this level. Got claimed last time, quick turnaround, and I think this horse is ready to go. At 12-1, I had to put this one on. The 8, we're going to use Spicer Red. Same sort of deal. This horse actually got claimed 4 back and has run his eyeballs out after that. Got claimed April 23rd in a non-winners of 2 $15,000 claimer. And Paco rode that day. They won, and then won 2 more races after that while ascending the class ladder. Got stopped July 7th and has been laid off, but I think this horse fits well here. The layoff probably did this horse a lot of good. Gets Paco again, so we're going to use that one at 8-1, and we're also going to use the favorite, number 10, My Noble Knight, with Tyler Gaff. This horse, has just been running with better horses all the way around and has been running better. The only caveat is the horse's running style. Doesn't really like to be close up very much, although they might end up that way because of the fact that this is sort of a drop down. They might be closer than they normally would be. Hopefully, the connections kind of put this horse in the race a little bit sooner, and I think they will. So we're going to use the 7, 8, and 10 to get out of leg 1.
There we go, which rolls in to race 6, 6.5 furlongs, another $25,000 optional claimer on the dirt. I keep saying on the dirt. They're all on the dirt, people. They're all on the dirt. And I'm going to say it a few more times before the episode is over, but just remember that. It's all on the dirt. I'm going to try to not be a little repeating bitch over here. What are you doing here? Race 6.
So race 6, we're going too deep here. We're going to use the 1 Ducali off the claim last time into a race where this horse should fit. You see the class level from that claim was only 10,000, but it was at Ellis. And as you know, those purses are astronomical. And that track was attracting a lot of good horses at lower levels. This one's coming out of one of those races, was actually favored in that last race. But I think drawing the rail here will force to get this horse in the action a little sooner and should get a good trip. And we're going to use the 5, No Easy Days, another one that has won at a higher class level and was running really, really, really well. Last time won at this level, repeats here. And I think this horse should be okay in this spot too, because of the fact there's a lot of speed from the outside. Holy Lake, Tap in Formation, Normandy Hero, they all do their best running on the lead. So we should get a good pace to run into, and one of those 2 horses should get it done.
There we go. We roll it into race 7. And are you singled in race 7 here?
Am I? Yes,
I'm singing. I want to mingle.
You want to mingle?
Yeah.
And it's funny because the single that I chose is a horse that we connected on earlier in the year.
Okay.
So
who are we talking about?
we're going to, in race 7, right?
Yeah.
Which is, wait, let me zoom in
I'm
here.
left you hanger. $25,000 optional claimer on the dirt. See, I did it again. Didn't even think about it. All right, go ahead.
All right. So we're going to use the 7, Edge of Town. We picked this horse back in March 26th to be exact. Or I'm sorry, May 6th. It's the race after that. The horse got claimed the race before, and that's why I picked him. But he was 3-1 that day and ran away from Bella Queen, who's actually running in a stake race later on the card. So you kind of see where I'm going with this. This horse wanted a $50,000 non-winners of 2 that day when we picked him. Then went into the same race a month later and did nothing. Then they went over to Delaware and almost won. Came back over to Parx, but I think this horse just is better than these horses here. Should get a nice trip. There's a lot of speed. Should be placed right. Andy Hernandez is really good. So we're going to close out our pick 3 with number 7, Edge of Town, to the hoop.
love Duncan, guy. What are you talking about?
That I do.
Look at me fast on the draw with all the sound drops today.
You're like a sniper. Wait.
Just
Ew.
pitching a perfect game over here. Just no wasted motion. All right, guys, real quick. I'm gonna give Barry a little time to pause from talking for a little bit. Hey man, that's how numbers work. It's not our fault. Got to remind you,
It's your fault because you didn't play a horse before race 9.
I am at my core a coward, Barry. Right. Got to get a word in from our friends at mybookie.ag because we're brought to you by mybookie.ag. MyBookie is your place to bet on football and everything else. Their prop builder is second to none. Their motto is bet on anything, anywhere, anytime. You get easy deposit and lightning fast payouts using crypto. Head to mybookie.ag, promo code SGPN for a 100% bet back bonus up to $500 for new customers. That's mybookie.ag, promo code SGPN. We're also brought to you by Novig. Novig is America's #1 sports prediction market. Since Novig is an exchange, you know you're getting some of the best prices in the market. Novig is available in 35 plus states. Download the Novig app and get $50 when you spend $5 if you use our promo code SGPN. Get in on the action with Novig, promo code SGPN. And if you excuse me, I need to get a brief rehydration interlude in.
You know what? I'm the biggest star here, man. That's the way it is.
Novig.
We're back.
Sans
Novig.
juice, right? That's French.
I think that would be,
Sans
that would be
juice. Sans
without the
juice.
juice. Without the juice. No juice.
Sans juice. Yeah.
Yeah.
We speak French.
Yeah.
We're international.
Yeah, okay.
See? Look at that.
When you're moguls of the horse racing podcast game, I mean, it's often that we're, it's a shame. We would be on the Concord if they still had it.
One
but,
of millions we are in the podcast industry.
Here's a comment from Junior Mafia popping up in the chat. Pope Jugs, he's one of the real ones out there. Good afternoon, boys. Let's keep the winners coming. Hopefully we will.
That's what's up.
He hit a nice little lick himself. I want to say last weekend. I think so. I believe so. Barry, it's my turn. I'm finally in on something.
You're like Skip Bayless right now. It's my turn.
Oh, please don't. I hope you never have to compare me to Skip Bayless again. All right.
Only once. One time. One and done.
Let that be the end of that. Race 9, 12 furlongs. That's a mile and a half, folks. $200,000. The Greenwood Cup. It's a grade 3. $10 daily double. Here's what I'm going to play: a 4-5 with the 8. And in the 9th, I was wowed by a dirt marathon race having possibly pretty honest early fractions. There are a few horses in this race that I thought might want to go early, and it left me looking mid-pack at 2 horses that I thought might want to go, move it from that mid-pack position, had the opportunity to win this race. I'm going to try to use them to try to maximize my value for a chalky pick in the very next race by, taking these 2 and trying to just kind of juice something out of this. Try to just vig it out. I'm going with the number 4 to start off. No Bien Nimal, the Brazilian horse here. I know it's chalky, and for this all to work, I have to link it together, my double. But I think using this horse in this double will be the best way to get value out of as my single in the next race. And this one was running well at these marathon sort of distances in Uruguay. Gets just an ideal setup for this in this race. It gets the ideal jock for the run style with Rosario. And then I'm also going to use the 5 Calibrate at 3-1. It's another somewhat chalky pick that I didn't want to bet to win and decided to double with that. Should be getting the exact same type of trip as No Bien Nimal and at a slightly better price. And Calibrate has hit the exacta twice, including 1 win and 4 attempts at this distance. And the pace fits. If you look at how this one has started winning, it's added a distance. This one is just kind of screams to me that it might want to go much longer. So I'm using a Calibrate here. Let's see. Barry, you still can't see the past performances?
No. I see part of Biggie's face.
Part of Biggie's face. All right. Well, we push along. Anywho. So I dealt a daily double into race 10. which is going to be the 6.5 furlongs, $150,000, the Liberty Bell Stakes. And this seemed like my most likely winner on the card. I'm going to single the 8 Mystic Lake at 2-1 for Safi. The only way that this burns me, I think, is if this horse actually runs the race that's cross-entered with at Gulfstream Park. So hopefully that doesn't happen, but I'm going to be singled here with Mystic Lake. And with that single of Mystic Lake in race 10, I'm also going to play a $5 exacta and play Mystic Lake over the 1 and 11. It feels like the most singleable horse, and it feels like the most, keyed in a exotic kind of horse. I'm letting the double serve as my win bet, and then I'm going to put this horse, who I think is just basically going to run the rest of the field into the ground up top in the front. But I think I put this horse on top with the 1 all class at 5-1. Carmouche's horse might take some local money here, as Carmouche loves him some Parx, where he was the top jock there for a few years. So should get the rail trip with the pace of Mystic Lake to run into, and could hit the board. I'm going to 11 confirmed star at 10-1. Because I see Confirmed Star as the outwardly drawn version of the 1-1 all class. Plus, Confirmed Star is very much a horse for course, and has not only 5 winners but also 8 second place finishes at Parx. And I like this local horse to get a piece. So, Sean O'Neill with the clutch.
Mystic Lake is going to Gulfstream, I think. Is he?
Oh, he said Safi is sending Mystic Lake to Parx, is what Sean O'Neill says. Mike Welch of the DRF says. This is rough. Yeah. I don't know what to think. I don't know.
I'll get confirmation before we get out of here.
Yeah, and I will have absolutely no sort of backup plan for if that happens. Just put more on something else, I guess. All right, my next play comes out of race 11. 8 furlong, $300,000. The Parx Dirt Mile. I'm doing a $20 win on the number 5 Catalytic at 5-1. I'm keeping it simple in this spot because I think you're going to get a pretty nice price on Catalytic, and I expect to get something near this, maybe a little higher, maybe a little lower, but around that 5-1 price. With the horse that's got as good of a shot as anyone in this race, and gets the jockey upgrade with T-Gaff in the irons here for Antonio Sano. And I love the stocking position that T-Gaff should get here. Fits really well into the race shape behind what should be a pretty honest pace with the number 6 Concealed Carry. Having the only thing that horse can do, and that's send on the front at 15-1. Been running in a handicap company and drops the Lasix for this race and runs without the meds, which gives me some pause. But sometimes when you take some of these higher prices, you got to be okay with accepting some of these things. So hasn't run fantastic without the Lasix, hasn't run bad without the Lasix. I mean, the horse broke its maiden without the Lasix at Gulfstream Park. It is what it is basically with the Lasix angle there. Barry, you have any thoughts on the Parx Dirt Mile?
It's a tough race all the way around, man. There's some good horses. They're not exceptional horses, like top tier, but competitive wise, it's a real tough race, man.
It is. I'm fortune favors the bold. I'm going in with it. All right, Barry. We've got another race here. Race 12. I got another play. 6 furlong, $400,000. The Gallant Bob Stakes, grade 2 on the dirt. I'm playing the number 1. Retribution 5-1, a $20 win here. Cherie DeVoe puts in Retribution in this spot, and you just know that Carmouche is going to get one of these big races on this card. Retribution should sit calmly behind the hot pace. I love that this one has been racking up wins while up against it. And this is a horse that's got some muddied up form that if you toss those efforts, then you see a horse that's maybe about to run a career best and get a sneaky win against some big names. I mean, could that happen? I say yes. Maybe you can kind of say the opposite is true with the chalks in this race who look like they've gussied up for him and figures because they got perfect trips. So I'd like this horse is a little bit of a unknown. Like what happens if this one gets the perfect trip? So I had put the $20 win on the number 1 Retribution at 15-1. Barry, any thoughts on Retribution or the Gallant Bob Stakes?
Retribution. Nah, I mean, again, another good race. A lot of tough choices there, man. That's why I didn't I didn't play the race because I just couldn't make any sense of it. Thought Barnes might be the goods, but who knows? Don't like Neo Equos, actually, funny enough. I do not like that horse. And watch him.
I could see a way around each one of those horses. Neo Equos, I was with you. I wasn't really, crazy about that horse in that race at all. Barry, we've gotten through my portion. We are on to your portion, but you know what? Real quick, we're just going to power through this, get some words out from our good friends at Underdog, because it's also a great place to play fantasy pick'em. Pick'em where you can win up to 500 times your entry. Simply pick higher or lower on your favorite plays, on your favorite player stats, available for a ton of sports. And Underdog's got a brand new offer for new customers. Play just $5 and get a $50 in bonus funds when you sign up with code SGPN. And of course, we're brought to you by the good nerds at Rhythm, because Rhythm is off to a great start in college football and the NFL. And Rhythm has introduced a leaderboard with weekly cash prizes just for tracking your bets in the app. Track 5 bets of the same type from any model you build, and you can win $1,000. Use promo code SGPN25 when you download the Rhythm app for 25% off your first month. Download Rhythm and use promo code SGP to the N. Barry, you sat patiently through the late part of the card to get to race 13, 8.5 furlongs, $1 million, the grade 1 cotillion stakes for the 3-year-old fillies. What are you doing here in race 13? Because I have a play here, and I'm curious if we're on the same horse.
I don't know. We might be on the same horse, but Mystic Lake, according our Junior Mafia is telling us that they're supposed to go to Parx with Mystic Lake. I'm assuming she's there, but I also had seen something and talked to some people that were saying that they wanted to go in the Princess Rooney, but I don't know where the horse is physically. Okay. So I'm going to assume that she's going to run. I'm assuming she's going to run in at Parx. So yeah, good job. But yeah, race 13, tough race. I wanted to go away from the horses that we've seen a lot of, like Lucara and Good Cheer. I wanted to get away from those horses because I think, I guess they're kind of at the tail end of when they peaked physically. Like, Good Cheer was running really, really good in the spring. Right now, she, kind of off the layoff, didn't run all that great against Nitrogen, but it was a starting point. Funny enough, her Alabama that she ran off the layoff equaled her Fairgrounds Oaks, which is the highest buyer she ever received. I'm starting to doubt whether she can run faster than that. I think we may have seen the best of her, and I'm going to fade her going forward. Period. I just don't want any part of that. Now, Scottish Lassie, she freaked at Saratoga. I don't even know what to make of that performance. It was just so wildly crazy, and she just destroyed that field. I don't know if she can do it again or not. We didn't really see anything of that proportions. Kind of when she won the Frizette, a little bit. But between those two efforts were some really poor ones. So I'm going to fade her here too. And I already said Lucara. So I went with number 3, Cliquot. Now I watched this horse in person in the Indiana Oaks. She was the only horse that day that actually came from off the pace on the dirt to win. Horses that have been coming out of this day at Indiana Horseshoe have been running out of their skin because the track was so biased that day. We saw Big Truz, who's running in the PA Derby, come out of a race that day, and he didn't run well and destroyed the horses. So I'm guessing that Cliquot, she first of all outran the track that day, hasn't run since. She should be ready for this. And at 8-1, I gotta play her because she won that race fairly easily on the Indiana Oaks, and should handle this field. I don't think that this field is that much better. It is better, but not so much where she can't win. So we're going to go with $20 to win on number 3, Cliquot.
He's got the win on Cliquot. Barry, I don't like that we're beefing again.
You want to see me kick some ass? I do fucking karate. You want to fucking
Oh, karate guy.
Whoa. Race 13, the Cotillion Stakes. What am I doing here? I'm playing a $10 exacta, 7 with 3-4, and I'm playing a $5 daily double, 7 with 3-9. Barry, I'm going back to my roots. I'm staying true to my values. I'm going to single the number 7, Good Cheer for Godolphin, because that my Dolphin. And that my Dolphin is trained by Brad Cox and has a history of taking a little step forward and winning second off of the layoff. And I think this is just a push-button horse. I think using it on top and as a single in the horizontals was the way to go. So I put my largest amount through this worth the exacta and the daily double. And in the underneath in the exacta, I'm using 2 horses that are a little down the board in the terms of morning line favoritism. One of them is, I do like your horse. I just hope it finishes in second.
Second.
Yeah, and then I'm using the 4 Indy Bay with Gaffleone up at 8-1 as well. I get 2 strong jocks on both of those underneath horses that maybe get a little too tired to hold Good Cheer off from that first run position. And I think I might be acting a fool by not like key boxing here, just in case this comes up with the reverse. But I'm just going to go ahead and just YOLO my life. Are these terms that the youth still use? Probably not. I'm just going to YOLO $5 daily double here. Just 7 with the 3-9, which rolls into the Pennsylvania Derby, the 9 furlong, $1 million Pennsylvania Derby. I'm using 2 horses that might surprise and mixing up my running styles with slightly contrarian picks in this leg. I'm going to use the number 3 Magnitude at 6-1. And if you give me this horse and Ben Curtis at 6-1, then I'm very interested in closing out my double with Magnitude. And if it's a speed favoring track, then this could be a Magnitude favoring track. And where were you when a Magnitude 43-1 earthquake hit New Orleans, Louisiana? I know where I was. I remember, never forget. There's somewhere like Andrew Champagne is just like out there, like what's his name, Palpatine, Emperor Palpatine, just, growing power.
I do good impressions, man. I should start doing that, like Jay Farrow. Like,
let me see, because I've got a pretty good Jabba the Hutt. So, but Chewie Job Wookie. No big deal. All right. So the other horse I'm using is going to be the number 9 Gosker at 4-1. This horse is like 1 length behind Journalism in 2 straight races from him being a pretty big story this summer as the Preakness and Haskell winner. But Gosker's bugaboo gone with no Journalism. And I know a few horses have this condition, but I think that Gosker is the best option to win with I'll call a class break here. It's a grade 1. It's not exactly like a grade 1 though, if we're talking about the very best fillies in training right now. And I think Gosker kind of gets this one, and it's kind of like the easy backdoor into the Breeders' Cup Distaff, or the Breeders' Cup Classic. What do you think? What do you think of Gosker? I'm interested because you've actually you do got to play here. You got to play an exact in the 14th. Go ahead, tell me.
Well, Gosker specifically, I don't know. I mean, I want to like that horse, and he's going to get some victories, obviously some stakes victories, but until he does it, I got to fade him.
It's fair.
Especially now. I mean, coming from the outside, he's got to go outside with Moplex. They're going to have to get to the front. I just don't like him in this spot. I could see scenarios where he wins, but I don't know. There's a lot of speed here.
All right. Well, what are you doing for your exacta here in the final? You saved an exacta for your bailout too. I like it.
Well, no, not really. My bailout is sort of, but
okay.
The bailout would be the double. But the exacta, I'm using Baeza. I think Baeza kind of towers over these horses. I don't really enjoy his running style. He likes to come from far back. Sometimes, I know last time in the Jim Dandy, he wasn't really that far back, just couldn't get by Sovereignty, which, I can't really blame him. He tried. But he was 9 clear of Hill Road, which says a lot. I just think he's better than every single horse in this race, and we'll probably prove it. So we're using him on top, but we're going to use the 1, So Sandy with Carmouche, kind of the hot horse. After the new year, this horse turned into a different horse and is running really good. The last 3 races were great. Broke the maiden, went to an optional claimer of 125,000, and almost won the restricted Curlin. So I think this horse is on the rise, might get a good placing here. And we're also going to use Big Truz, who I mentioned earlier. He actually ran once since running in the Indiana Derby and won pretty big in the Ellis Park Derby. I think that trend continues. He's a really good horse. I think they just needed to figure him out a little bit. I honestly wouldn't run him this far if it were me. I'd keep him at a mile or so, but I think he's talented enough to get a placing here. I don't think he can win, however.
Okay. Now, Barry, I'm not sure if this is what we're doing right now, but here we go, because it is time that we've saved our most juiciest of morsels for the last play of the day to get you out the door with a little bit of profit in your pocket. We're talking about bailout bets.
I'm leaving here with something. You know what I mean? I'm from around the way. I'm leaving with something.
Yeah, it's going to be just a win on the number 9 Gosker for me at 4-1. Yeah, I just think it's this horse's turn. I really don't have a better angle than that, but I say that that's a little bit stronger than it sounds. It's just your turn for this horse, so I'm going with Gosker here.
Sounds good, my man.
Barry, how do you feel about wrapping up picks?
Well, my bailout was number 5, Maximus Meridius in the last race.
Oh, damn it.
Don't worry about it. Got it?
No, we're gonna at least gonna highlight the name. Here we go. You know what? Don't worry about it. I'm not. No. We're just moving on. Barry, how do you feel about wrapping up picks?
I think we have to. We definitely have to.
After that performance, definitely it's a must. Go ahead, Barry.
All right. So race 2, $5 daily double. We're going with number 7, Huggy, and number 10, Tunisian Spring, with number 4, Celebrity Quest, and number 5, Honor Roll in race 3. Race 5, we're going with $5 pick 3. We're using the 7, Traffic Master, the 8, Spice the Red, and the 10, My Noble Knight. Race 6, we're using the 1, Ducali, and the 5, No Easy Days, and the 7th race, Edge of Town to the Hoop to close out that pick 3. Race 13, $20 a winner, number 3, Cliquot. Race 14, $15 exacta, Baeza, number 8, over number 1, So Sandy, and number 7, Big Truz. And the bailout, number 5, Maximus Meridius in race number 15. Can't remember last time I seen a race number 15 on a major race card.
I don't think I even realized it went 15 deep. I think I stopped at 14. Woof. That means I don't even know.
Most of the time it does.
Yeah. That's a deep card there, 15. No wonder they're starting at it's only not trashy to drink Bloody Marys kind of start time. Yeah. I expected when at dusk it turns much into that bar from the movie Dawn Till Dusk. No big deal. All right, here we go. Saturday, my Pennsylvania Derby $100 budget card. I've got race 9, a $10 daily double, 4, 5, 2, the 8 Mystic Lake. Race 10, I've got a $5 exacta using Mystic Lake over the 1 and the 11. Race 11, a $20 win on the number 5 Catalytic. Race 12, a $20 win on the number 1 Retribution. Then race 13, we're playing a $10 exacta Good Cheer over Clico and another horse, the number 4, and a $5 daily double, 7 with the 3, 9. Barry, what do you got going for us today? What's your afternoon like?
I don't know. I might go down the beach and take a walk. Saw some dolphins.
I saw those dolphins that you graced us with. Do you have a dolphin tattoo somewhere, Barry?
Yes, and I can't tell you where it is.
I don't want to know where it is. I just you strike me as someone who'd be like, you know what? Oh, I want a dolphin. A dolphin, man. Yeah, I love it. I love it. All right, guys, that's gonna do it for us here at the Notorious OTB, brought to you by the Sports Gambling Podcast Network. We'll be back tomorrow with best bets for Backwaduct. It's crazy we haven't played Backwaduct yet since it opened back up.
It's only been a week, so that's not a big deal.
That's true. We skipped out on the breaking in time. It's like when you get new jeans and you just can't wash them for a little bit. You got to break them all in. Right. Yeah. Well, we take those best bets and we put them on our mamas. We're going to ride out on that clip. In fact, we'll see you tomorrow bright and early, 9 a.m., 8 a.m. God's time. Goodbye.
Can I make my phone call? Do I have rights? Can I make my phone call?
Who are you gonna call?